literally everything goes right, and it's like whatever, but it still goes so bad that it's like we can't do that.
Dude, that's this one. I'm telling you, bro.
Oh,
I
that's
cannot
gonna be
wait.
another one, everybody. Sorry, we are recording, but that one's gonna be a good one for down the road.
Another one.
We're gonna save that one for Damon, who's not here with us. Shout out.
Another one I would like to do is all the experiments they did with LSD in like the 50s or whatever with all like the housewives and stuff.
Yeah.
If I could get some of the footage, we'll put that together. It's
Did you
super,
see? Did you ever hear
super
about like, the
interesting.
accidental like acid that they did in Nam with like the night vision goggles? Did you hear about that?
I'm not.
Where like the
100%
initial goggles they got like leaked acid, and people were seeing like these like weird apparitions. So they kept seeing, and here it comes out like the night vision goggles they had a bad like leaky port where like the acid was getting into their eye sockets.
Okay, well, I was talking about like,
and it was making them hallucinate, and everyone kept thinking like all these like evil beings were out to get them at nighttime in the jungles of Vietnam, and here it was just like the accidental acid they were getting, something along those lines.
Well, okay, Mike, we'll get into that maybe, but
yeah, it was like one of them like funny ones in passing.
My question is first of all, was it poisonous acid or was it LSD? Because there's no possible way for LSD to accidentally get into night vision goggles.
No, it was the chemical they were using to let you, because originally they were red instead of green. But the red they used, there was like a chemical in the red that made them hallucinate because it was getting in their eyes. And that's the whole Cheers Garage Bear shout out. So anyway, but yeah, that was just one I saw like in passing. I didn't do any reading or extensive, but yeah. But the government did admit that was like, yeah, our bad. We didn't know that chemical would do that. Sorry. We were at war. It was quick. We needed it. Yeah.
Yeah. 10-4.
So, yeah. Allegedly for entertainment purposes.
I hear you. 10-4.
So this is gonna be like a pretty short, sweet show tonight here. Thanks for everybody tuning in. So yeah, if you're tuning in, this will not take you long to get through. So we hope you enjoy it, and we hope you give us the trust to come back for some of our other shows that we have every week that we put on all our platforms. So thank you everybody for tuning in.
Mm-hmm.
So tonight we just got 8 random factoids where I'm just going to spit it out and we're just going to react to it. And it's like basically like wait, WTF moments is kind of how they worded this. So kind of things like that can't be true, but these are all true. So Netflix was founded a year before Google. Think about this. Think about this. It was always Ask Jeeves, and then it was Yahoo, then it was Google. Then there was Bing. You had Bing in there too, AOL. Like Google wasn't the main spot. So yeah.
But before Netflix,
it doesn't say when.
You know what I mean? Like Netflix was first.
Because Netflix used to do the DVD rental service.
The DVDs, they were the first like Redbox. I forgot about that.
Yeah. Yeah.
They did the mail thing. It was the mail one.
Yeah, they were like before Redbox were even a thing. It was Netflix, and it was like a monthly subscription, and you could only do 3 rentals at a time. Then you had to mail them back to get the others, and if you didn't mail them back, then you got hit with a late fee. I never did it, but it was around. So yeah.
Before Google, that's crazy. Okay, all right. Yep. Shout out Netflix. I guess.
Shout out Netflix, right? Frederick Bauer, the inventor of the Pringles can, is buried in one.
I did know that. Yeah.
That makes sense.
I mean, come on. What else are you going to do?
What flavor would you be buried in?
I guarantee it's the original. It's got to be. But me,
I'm asking you.
Probably the OG.
I'm going
sour cream and onion.
I'm going with the cheddar, bro.
The cheddar. Okay.
I like that cheddar.
And
dude, there's a lot of good
like
ones.
It so much, that would be your final recipe.
The pizza flavor's another banger, dude. The OG Pringles pizza, that was my shit. In the white can, yeah.
I mean, what else are you gonna bury the guy in, though? Yeah, I mean,
that's true. I mean, that's what it just. Yeah, isn't that funny? A Pringles can.
I mean, I would like. What does it say? What year he died?
No, it's an old photo.
Yeah, I'm sure it was
I mean,
a long time ago. Because I'm sure now it would be
that's
like
what he looks like.
some bad ace, professionally wrapped coffin that looks like the sickest Pringles can ever.
This next one, morbid facts.
Ooh.
The man who invented Match.com lost his wife to someone she met on Match.com. That sucks. So bad for that guy. That'd be terrible.
I know a guy.
What if he was like, look, it's such a testament. She's right. We weren't compatible, but thanks to my app, she found her true compatibility.
I mean, that's a selling point.
Hey, take your weakest
own it like that. Yeah.
Your strongest pro. That's
right.
Sales.
I believe it was Match. It was Match or one of those. It was one of the big ones. It was either Match or eHarmony or one of those. There was like 2 or 3 that were massive back in the day. One of my foster brothers helped build it.
Oh, you don't have to be lonely at farmersonly.com.
It was not that one.
Hey, when I moved back to Ohio, I tried the dating apps. I've been open with this with my wife. It was terrible. It was a fucking terrible experience.
Dude,
it was like the worst period. I like canceled all my. I was like, I think I'm just gonna stay single. Like I am okay. Like if that's what's out there, I don't want it.
Yeah.
Because I was like, man, there's got to be.
The Bachelor's life for me.
I heard success stories. I really did. I really heard success stories, and I was like, I'll give it a try. But not as successful as the founder of Match.com.
How successful are they still? That's what I would like to know.
Yeah, it seems like there's not the best. It looks like it's not the best way to forge a relationship, on a little trickery behind the scenes. That's normally not a good recipe. I'd be like using a little salt instead of sugar in a baked good, it might taste a little funny.
I would murder someone.
It would be a bad day. It'd be a bad day.
Right.
I would call people and I'd be like, come over here and get me under control in about 10 minutes because you're gonna have bigger problems on your hand. You gotta take all my
Someone gave me a delicious blueberry muffin and it was so loaded with salt, like I have to end his life, right?
Yeah.
Come talk me off this cliff.
Yeah. Like something.
I don't know.
Something's about to happen.
Yeah. No, we exaggerate, folks.
Yeah, we kid.
I play.
We would never do that.
No.
Ever. Okay.
Ever.
There are only. Okay, if you had to guess how many blimps are in the entire world, how many would you guess? The world is not a vampire.
15.
Okay, you're close. 25.
I almost said 20. Son of a bitch.
Did you know that when you move out here, you will be within 30 minutes of the Goodyear blimp headquarters? And you'll go. There's like good. Every time you go up to when you go up to Canton, there'll just be like this big Goodyear blimp doing its practice runs.
Oh, what's the name of the city? Redondo. It's not Redondo Beach. It's that is the city's official bird down south in Southern California. There's Goodyear blimp. There is always a Goodyear blimp parked there, unless it was flying around.
Name the one. Name the one that caught on fire. Go, the big one. Remember I know it, but do you? The one that caught on fire.
Way back in the day?
Yeah.
The Heisenberg or whatever?
The Hindenburg.
Sorry.
Heisenberg made some good drugs.
Right. Allegedly. And I wouldn't
on a TV show, folks. That's on a TV show. Let's not get that confused.
Definitely not one of the fun ones. I'd pick a different one.
But anyway, yeah, because Goodyear, was actually close to Akron because Akron was the rubber city. Goodyear had their blimps at the corporate headquarters, which were in Akron before they moved everything down to Mexico. So they still have. It's like I remember, like everyone's like, "Oh, they have this retractable roof." So I was like, "Yeah, we've had the retractable roof in Akron, Canton for since the 90s." So yeah, it's no big deal. Okay. Here's a little sad fact here. If you have $10 in your pocket and no debts, you have more wealth than 25% of Americans. That one, yeah, just quiet, right?
That one kind of hits right in the balls.
Yeah, that one's a kind of kick in the dick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
They're kicking right through the balls. They're going right up through the taint. That's kicking so hard.
Yeah, I'm really happy for you folks.
I'm over here wondering if I'm one of those people. I think I'm better than that. I think if I sold everything and cashed out, I'd be all right.
Yeah, if you sold everything, cashed out, good.
No, I'd be broke. I'd be broke in a year, but in the meantime, it'd be cool. Oh, high heels were originally invented for men. My guess is that would be the Napoleon Bonaparte effect.
Yeah, but
because he would always have the tallest horse.
Right.
So he was so secure. I could see him rocking some heels.
He probably had some inserts, but they weren't rocking fucking high. They weren't. It's not like they were stilettos.
They look like clogs, though, bro. For real.
They're probably just like wedged or platform shoes.
Well, I'm trying to. Nope. There's very much. I don't know if you can see it.
Huh.
The clogs, dude. They're gnarly. That was really hard to do, by the way.
I'm not sure.
Yeah.
I'm not sure.
Oh.
I got questions about that.
I have questions on this. A typical garden snail has 14,000 teeth.
What?
Yep. They look like little daggers, man, like microscopic daggers.
I mean,
it's a lot.
It makes sense.
Yeah.
I mean, 14,000. I could, I don't know about 14,000. Can't they really count them all? I'm just saying, dude.
Mm-hmm.
Who sat there and counted? Who sat there and counted to 14,000? People can't even say the longest word.
Well, you could grab a bunch of them and measure top to bottom if they come in rows. And then you could figure out how many rows and how long the rows are. And then you could do that times all snails and probably come up with a consistent number. Right? I'm sure there's some kind of mathematical equation or scientifical
way you could measure something that would prove something right or wrong. Interesting you bring that up.
Oh, are we doing that? Well, before we get to that, wherever you're going with that, I don't know where you're going with that.
Oh, I was talking about the cool math presentation I sent in the group chat. I'm definitely not doing that here yet.
Oh.
You know, the one about the trench being allegedly so deep.
Oh, Jesus. Yeah, I'm not doing that. Dude, there's so much in that chat. You guys lose me. How many times do you think you lose me a day in that chat?
At least 15.
I'll just look.
There's times I'll go through and I'll see all the stuff we've talked about, and I go, Tony probably checked in and just was like, yeah, and I can't do it today.
Yeah. Dude, I swear to God, the other day when I said I was literally in the shower, watching something, just enjoying the shower. We have this little doohickey you can on the wall where you can put your phone in and watch TV while you're in the shower, and then your little notification and I can read. I'm like, I just want to shower. I don't care.
Dude, I know. I'm sorry, dude. I just saw it and my brain was like, no, this math is not mathing, dude.
That's actually like part of the fun in that is like, I'm just like there. I'm just like, yeah, like, but it's just an extra layer of entertainment value.
It was just funny because usually I send stuff and Tim made a comment. I was like, dude, most of this, I don't ever try and convince you. I'm just like baffled by stuff and sharing things I think are interesting, up to you to decide for yourself. But then that one, I was just sitting on Facebook having a wonderful little morning, and I saw that article and just went, hold the fuck up. And yeah, you guys received my horrific ADHD dive.
There were so many messages in a short period of time. It was a lot.
I mean, there's then that screenshot is of my calculator working out all the math. Like, yeah, I went crazy for a second. I was just like, this.
I'm not gonna lie, Johnsy. I probably need to go back and because I didn't. I was like, yep, nope.
Oh, I still have the presentation saved in my photos because I was so proud of it.
There'll be a day.
Anyway, yeah, continue, sir.
I'll lose a bet one day where I have to, like, the punishment is I have to sit there and listen to an hour dissertation with no phones, no nothing. And then it's like
all the stuff I ever
and I have to take notes and pass a quiz at the end of it. I have to do another hour. Hey, that's one. Now that's a challenge. We don't need any donations for. I would do that. Yeah.
Oh my god.
There will be a bet, but I'm telling you right now, there will be another where I'll do it like where like you have to wear like a dog collar, and anytime you bring it up, I get to like zap your ass or something like that.
Oh damn.
That would be because it would be like it'd be extreme for both.
Yeah, except for again, here we are, Johnsy turning into the Steve-O. I don't like that.
Okay. Well, I don't know what.
And even though my voice sounds like it today, get off me, folks.
I know what I would do. I would send you to a dissertation to listen to the other side, and you couldn't say a word the whole time. You had to sit there, take notes.
Oh my!
Pure torture.
Bro, that'd be a lot worse for me than it would be for you.
I don't care. It's a bet. We'll figure out. We'll add on to mine then. Dude, whatever.
Those are two solid like friends, no friends. I'm just gonna bury you.
Yeah, I'm excited for that.
I love that.
Last funny. Last thing. This one's kind of funny. And the entire state of Wyoming only has 2 escalators. The whole state.
Really? Wait, Wyoming?
Wyoming.
How many are in Montana? None? Wyoming's got to have way more malls than fucking Montana, dude. Like,
it just might not be a thing they do out there because Wyoming's also a lot of it's on Yellowstone too.
How many but Wyoming, like all the cities and stuff now.
Well, what cities are in Wyoming? Cheyenne?
I don't know. I'd have to look it up.
Dude, that's like literally the only town in Wyoming that I can think of.
So that means at the Cheyenne airport, there's only 2 escalators. Because I guarantee that's like
I guarantee you Cheyenne Airport is a regional puddle jumper airport that has like 4. Yeah. Maybe that's where one of the airports are at. I don't know.
Only 2? That means there's either no way, dude. No way. The airport probably has none, bro. There's gotta $5 says they're at a mall. It's airport or mall. That's where those 2 escalators are.
Gotta be at the airport or the mall. I'm gonna go airport.
I've never been inside a mall without an escalator in my life.
Okay, let's see if I can Google. Where are the only 2 escalators in Wyoming? That is the finished question.
Oh, for sure. It has to be.
Okay. Casper. Specifically at the First Interstate Bank in downtown and the Hilltop National Bank on Country Club Road.
In two banks?
Two banks have escalators, and that is...
If I had to save my entire family and yours while I was watching them in front of me, I never would have been able to save them with that question.
So...
I never would have guessed.
Can we also talk about how Wyoming's literally in the Rocky Mountains and there's only 2 escalators? So it's manual hoofing it everywhere in Wyoming.
Or they just switch straight to elevators everywhere.
Oh, man.
I can't. That's banks, huh? The 2 banks got it. That's interesting.
I'm looking for on this. I'm trying to find some more. Trying to find some more fun facts here, but never mind. Oh, the U.S. is having a honeybee crisis. Colonies projected to decline by up to 70% in 2025. Something real bad is going on this year, says Scott McCart, associate entomology professor at Cornell. That sounds cool.
Huh.
That's because they need these That's not a different show. Never mind. We are not going down that road right now. We're not doing it.
What?
I was going to go into some free energy, magnetic waves type stuff.
I got a couple of funky ones just for a couple more.
Yeah, it was rounded out here. We're at 20, but 22? Yeah, 25.
So there's jellyfish that can live forever.
My guess is
I'm not even gonna even attempt to pronounce that scientific name.
Greenland.
Teratopsis. I don't know. Yeah, if you see the word, I don't know, can revert its cells to a younger state and essentially start its life cycle over. It is not immortal in the sense that it can't die. It just restarts the video game over again.
If you had that power, would you use it?
Not now.
Oh, I would. Like to have as like whenever you get old, you can just hit the reset
and just leave your wife and kids behind and start over. Because then they will.
Well, if I hit the reset, I would just be like, "Hey, I'll see you on the other side. Just come hang out. We're still together forever. You can raise me and wipe my ass like I always knew you would because I'm older than you."
Okay.
Liz already knows she's wiped my ass. That's
right.
Just part of it.
Tony's Benjamin Button fantasy
aside. I don't like how you immediately turned it into a family, kids, and made me look like a piece of shit right there. I did not appreciate that. Fucking asshole.
That is totally fair that you say that. Totally fair. Here's one just for funsies.
Oh, it's gonna be a doozy after the last one. Can't wait. I can't wait to say I hate animals after this one.
Oh, God. In ancient Rome, urine was used as mouthwash.
Well, if you think about it, it's sterile. It is sterile.
I know, but can you just imagine?
Like peeing in your own mouth, like
No, definitely not. Whoa. Okay. There's a lake in Tanzania that petrifies animals.
Oh, I've heard of this. It's
Lake
so there's like so much salt in it.
Yeah, it's so alkaline that animals die in or near it can calcify rapidly, becoming eerily preserved statues. It's like Medusa in lake form.
Oh. I have heard of this.
This one's really interesting, and also another point for why I think sloths are the coolest animals of all time. Sloths can hold their breaths longer than dolphins. Pretty impressive. Sloths slow their heart rates and can hold their breath up to 40 minutes. Dolphins only around 10. Slow and steady wins everything, folks. Everything.
I believe that, yeah, because sloths are, they go, they're an interesting creature.
Oh dear God. Spiders can rain from the sky in parts of Australia.
Yeah, we'll end up in Australia. Do not tell her that.
Bro, every time I see another paragraph about Australia, it literally gets
That is
scarier.
one country I can honestly say I have no desire to visit.
Zero. I used to. Used to until I find it, I thought it would be cool.
I always heard about Australia. Massive waves laced with great white sharks and crocodiles. Like, I'm good on all three of those. And then if you go inland, desert.
Oh yeah, the saltwater crocs. I forgot. And they will will come up and hunt you down.
Yeah, they're not alligators. They're not
negative.
They are meat eaters of humans.
Very much so.
They need big items to stay full because they are about 2,000 pounds. Yes.
All right. Last two. A funny, then a crazy.
Oh boy.
Just another look. Australia all over again. Wombat poop is cubed shape. Yes,
I did not know that. Yeah, again, I would not have been able to save you, dude. But now I do know. I'll never forget that. I love poop facts.
This helps keep it from rolling away, which is useful since wombats use their droppings to mark territory. Scientists, think what you may about that, think that it's due to uniquely elasticity in their intestines. Nature's little bricklayers.
What's that?
I said nature's little bricklayers.
Yeah, hey. I'd have a wombat and yeah, this is
last one, just because it's crazy. There's a fungus that turns ants into zombies. So
the government's done some experiments on that shit. They have.
Ophiocordyceps unilater whatever infects ants, takes control. So the fungus infects ants, takes control of their central nervous system, forces them to climb, bite into leaves, and then die. The sprouts then sprouts a stalk from their heads to release more spores. Bro, that
sounds like the scariest shit of all time.
That's
like I said, the government has definitely done experiments with that product. 100. That's, dude, it's stories like that make you just never want to leave your backyard.
Bingo.
Like, everyone's like, I want to be a world traveler. I'm like, I do not.
I always think about bro, that's why I would never just stay somewhere. I would never be one of those people who just travel through Europe staying in hostels. And not for oh, I'm afraid I'm gonna get robbed or murdered.
Now,
that's the stuff.
People that do it.
Absolutely.
I'm jealous I'm actually jealous of them because it sounds really cool. I don't want to live that life. I don't like taking myself out of control.
That right there, that's what I'm afraid of. That's what I'm afraid of. It's not that someone comes and robs me or kills me or does something funky to me. It's that I get infected with some fungus from some weird scientist that I don't know, and now I'm a zombie.
Could you imagine just going about your business like, zombie? Just
it forces them to climb trees, bite a leaf, and then die. And then it just goes more, make more.
It's crazy.
I didn't think it was going to get that good.
No, that was a good one. That was solid. We ended it right at 30 minutes. We'll see everybody. Another foodie show tomorrow night, 9:00. Love it. Ended up being really good. I like it.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.